much light behind me. I'm gonna like this much light behind me. Let's see. I guess there's only one way to tell. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna. Coming back. Coming back. Coming back. Hey, look at this. Whoa. What does this remind me of? Scary Poltergeist, where the woman is running down the hall, and the hall's getting longer as she's running. I don't know. Probably don't remind anybody else of that, but it's what it reminded me of. Hey, more likes can attract viewers. How about you give me a lot of likes today, anybody watching? Wouldn't that be fun, attracting more viewers? Sure that it would. Hello. Let's see if I can back up. Yes, I can. Oh my gosh, all these people. RLB, Alice, Robert Graves, Juno, Dina, Brother Sean, Laura, Tanya, Annie, User, Thomas, Diggett, Art, Wanda, Saturday, Maggie, Willie, Moore, John, Jonathan, Curtis, User, Atlas Clash, Minnie, Len. Hey, Atlas Clash is liking the live. I appreciate that, Atlas Clash. I so appreciate that. Thank you. We're really accomplishing something this morning. We're testing the theory that Atlas Clash sent 549 likes. I don't even know how you do that. How do you keep track? Do you count? Does it give you a total? Does it give you any encouragement? Nice job, Atlas Clash. You are giving more likes than anybody on TikTok at this moment. Oh. Atlas Clash says it gives a total. Who knew? I think if you learn something every day. Oh, he's even sending a rose. Atlas Clash is sending something else. A globe and a TikTok and a heart puff. Well, I appreciate that, Atlas Clash. I can't sense your vibe a whole heck of a lot, other than I appreciate the love you are giving me, the likes you are sending me, the roses, the music plays, the TikToks, and the heart puffs. I appreciate that. And thank you for following the live creator. Maybe I'm just going to hang out. It's going to be a whole show about me and Atlas Clash talking. Wow, thank you for the heart puffs and the roses again. He's very generous. He's very kind. He's very sweet. It's almost making me blush. I wonder if Atlas Clash is a man or a woman. No, I don't know if it matters. Wow, he's sending corns and lightning bolts. I'll tell you what, Usain Bolt was one hell of a runner. I've been a track fan. Thank you again for everything. A track fan most of my life, and seen some amazing athletes come and go in my 56 years. Wow. Well, Atlas Clash is a man. Hi, RJ. Hello, Des. Thank you. I love Bruce Willis. Atlas Clash, I appreciate it. I hope you're a wealthy man, because I know you're sending each of these gifts. Costs a little bit of money. And I appreciate that, because I know money's means something. We work for it. We spend our lives, a lot of our lives, in the pursuit of it. I'm confused. Atlas Clash keeps sending me these things. I don't even know what they are. Let them cook. Sounds painful. Was tennis popular back then? Yes, tennis was popular back then. Tennis has been popular for a long time. Hello, Cynthia Lewis. Wow. All right. Thank you so much, Atlas Clash. That was very generous of you. But pickleball is taking over, though. Pickleball wasn't very popular when I was a kid. I'll tell you what, I played it when I was a kid. I played it one season, sophomore year in high school, and never really heard of it or thought of it or thought a whole heck of a lot of it at the time. It was kind of fun. It was just another gym class in high school. And then it kind of went into hibernation. Pickleball did for 25 or 30 years, I'm sure, in various areas. It was still played occasionally. But holy smokes, courts started popping up, and my friends started acting like they're super cool for playing this new sport, pickleball. And I'm going, that's not a new sport. I played that sophomore year in high school when I was 15. Nobody talked about it. It wasn't all the rage. It was just a game we played sophomore year in high school. Now it's taken over. RJ's in the pickleball regional next weekend. Wow. Atlas Clash, whether you're a man or a woman, I'm starting to fall for you with your generosity and your kindness. Please follow my page. I'm getting advice from Atlas Clash, and I'll take advice. I need advice today, I think. I got a bug on my... Is this a bureau or a dresser? What's a bureau? A bureau used to be a piece of furniture. But anyway, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Saturday morning. It is just after 6 o'clock. I better get my... Everyone stay in Atlas Clash. You keep sending me these gifts. I'm getting spoiled. At the end of this show, I'm going to look at my total. I'm going to have 63 cents in gifts from Atlas Clash. I'm going to go, hey, 63 cents is a good start. It adds up. You add that up to the little bit of money I make over on YouTube and a little bit of money over here and a little bit of money over there. It's going to add up to $2.57 today. That's going to be awesome. What will I do with that $2.50? Put a down payment on the cup of coffee. I know what I would do with it. I was thinking about it this morning. I went to the farmer's market here in Naperville about 2 weeks ago and fell in love with a peach that they sold me. And dripped all over, and it was a beautiful morning, but I let the juice run down. Not down my shirt or my face, but I kind of did one of these lean overs and took a bite, and it dripped and juiced and was just the perfect ripeness where the flesh of the peach came off the pit, and it was just beautiful. And I've been looking for a peach like that again for the last couple weeks, and I've gone to the grocery store, and I've bought 4, and I've enjoyed them. But it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. So if Atlas Clash continues his amazing generosity, and I do truly gather $2.50 from my social media efforts, I will tell you what I would do. I would take $2 of it, run to the farmer's market, and buy myself a peach for $2 there. Oh yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd have 57 cents left over. I don't know if it's appropriate to tip at the farmer's market, but I'm feeling in a generous mood. Because Atlas Clash is teaching me his immense generosity, and would give them, the farmer at the market, the 57 cents I have left over from the transaction. But anyway, again, it's Saturday morning. It is August 23rd. It is, what time is it? 6:24. Uh, Happy Saturday. This is a show I have been doing for quite some time. Atlas Clash. Thank you. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time. This is a show about me talking, a show about me sharing a little bit of life's journey, sharing some experiences, sharing kind of the ups and downs that we all have in life. And I feel, what do I feel? What do I feel? I mean, I feel good. I feel good. I don't feel perfect. I like where I'm at. Still striving for betterment and maybe more permanent digs and a more permanent transportation and maybe even a more permanent job. But I think if I think about it right, I'm proud of where I'm at and proud of the direction I'm going. And with that being said, it's hard not to feel good. So anyway, it's a show about me talking and sharing some feelings and sharing some a little bit about life. But for those that have been watching a while, just hit my TV. I mean, I didn't hit it really hard, but I forgot it was there. It's on my bureau. So that's what this is. RJ wants my lives to be on TikTok. Brando asked, I think Brando asked. And for anybody wondering, I have been going live for, the show started about 5 years ago. And I started live on a different social media platform on a Saturday morning about 5 years and 2 months ago. And it was at a time I was living in a dark apartment. I was missing the woman of my dreams, missing my dog, my patio, my kids, going through a painful separation from a woman who would become my wife, become the mother of two of my beautiful kids, and become my ex-wife. All on one 5-year little journey. But anyway, I've been bouncing around a little bit on different platforms, social media platforms. And for a while I was going, for 2.5 years, I was going live on TikTok exclusively. But then I started growing on other platforms and thought I'd try out other platforms. And one of my longtime watchers just said this is a sign that I should go on live on TikTok all the time, because Atlas Clash, for those that are watching a replay of this live video, TikTok gives viewers an ability to send little gifts. And I don't know what they cost. I think the average, like you can send a rose, for instance, and I think it costs like 2 cents to send a rose to somebody on that's on a live video. And I think from that 2 cents, TikTok keeps a penny and the content creator keeps a penny. So I have a extremely generous benefactor who hopped on at the beginning of my live show, named, I mean, I don't know if his real name is Atlas Clash. I wonder if Atlas Clash is related to Atlas Shrugged, the book by Ayn Rand, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Kind of like Atlas Clash, I'm not sure if Ayn Rand is a male or a female. Being that it was Ayn Rand was kind of the father or mother of the libertarian movement, I still don't know, but I kind of would say, hold on, I think I need to sneeze. And I'm still doing the intro. I'm still doing the intro. I wonder how well my phone is charged up. I should follow Atlas back. Okay, well, I'm just going to take some advice from RJ, my longtime watcher. I'll follow him back. But see, he's going to expect me to be sending him lightning bolts and roses and flowers and all sorts of things. And my money's already spent. I mean, I did have a bonus $2.50 where $2 is going to go towards a peach and 57 cents is going to go towards the farmer. I could withhold that and return some of this generosity Atlas Clash's way. Good morning, Will Bill Chill. Ryan said he agreed with the RV lack of purchase on the space and functionality. And I talked about it yesterday. Let's keep going with the intro. We got to keep going with the intro. Although we're on a path of conversation. For those that have been watching a while, you know it's not just a show about me talking. For those that have been watching a while, hello, Yellow Morning. Please hit like. Hit like. It says more likes attract more viewers. I only have 19 viewers as we're sitting, but I've got 3,500 likes. It seems with 3,500 likes, I would have a huge audience. But perhaps at this early hour on this Saturday morning, I'm going to give a shout out to Jerry just because he wants one. Thank you for joining, Jerry Sims. We have a goal of acquiring 10,000 likes today. How about 10,000 roses and 10,000 music plays and 10,000 heart puffs and 10,000 lightning bolts and 10,000 TikToks? That would add up to a heck of a lot of peaches. There'd be wealthy farmers all over Naperville. The farmers market in Naperville would explode because they would hear of a bald man who's just turned 56, by the way, who visits on a Saturday morning and buys up all the peaches. The news, 60 Minutes would come and interview me. Dan Rather, I don't even know if Dan Rather's still around, but I'll say Dan Rather would come and sit down with me and go, Ken, what's with all the peaches? Do you really like peaches? No. I mean, yes, I do like peaches, but the reason is I've been going live on TikTok, and a very generous viewer named Atlas Clash keeps sending me roses and TikToks and lightning bolts and music plays, and it accounted for so much money. I promised to spend it all on peaches. That's really paying it forward. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know this is not just a show about me talking. You know it is also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I have a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me, and I am so excited to have my first sip at this fairly late hour for me, but it's still pretty early on a Saturday morning. It's 6:30 on a Saturday morning. My hope is wherever you are and whatever you're doing, that you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. I showed it at the beginning of my show. It's the pumpkin spice by Starbucks. I let it cool off a little more than I'd like. Maybe I'll have to take bigger swigs. Or just sit and blush at all the gifts I'm getting and all the generosity of my viewers in terms of likes and consistency and patience and watching me through the last 5 years of my social media. but let's drink a little more. I've got a whole pot over there. If I drink this quickly enough while it's still warm, before it gets cool. I don't like wasting coffee. I don't like wasting things. Again, maybe it's frugal, maybe it's cheap, maybe it's whatever. But I don't like wasting things a whole heck of a lot. I certainly felt that way with alcohol. Certainly felt that way with alcohol. You know, if I had a third of a bottle left, I mean, I always finished my alcohol. It was alcohol abuse, we used to joke. What I didn't know while I was making that witty joke was I was abusing alcohol. And I was abusing my body and my mind. They say you lose brain cells. I'll bet you lose life expectancy. I wonder if there was like a clock on each beer bottle or vodka bottle or wine bottle, and it took off 10 seconds or 3 seconds or whatever, even a tenth of a second of your life expectancy every time you drank a bottle, how popular alcohol sales would be. Let's have a little more coffee. Somebody asked if I still ride my scooter. Yes, I am. I'm riding it. Right now, it's my only vehicle. Which will be problematic in a couple months. And rather than worry about the problem and how I need a car, I'm charging forward in every way I can in terms of chasing my dreams and chasing my passions and chasing my kids and chasing careers and chasing the best possible life for me and those around me and those that I know and care about. But still riding the scooter. It's been beautiful back here in the western suburbs of Chicago over the last week or so. The temperature's been in the high 70s each day, and just perfect weather to, wow. A hand hearts was just sent to me. It was a big gift. It actually took up the bottom of the screen. Thank you. But either way, I've been riding it every day, and the weather's been beautiful, and I've been cruising around Naperville, kind of basking in the glory of being back at home and in the western suburbs of Chicago. For any first-time viewer, I worked part of this season in Yellowstone National Park. I'm twice divorced. I have a lot of financial responsibilities. I have 4 beautiful kids. And I realized living here in the western suburbs of Chicago after switching careers a year and a half ago, I left a career, and I didn't really know what my next career would be. I don't know if that really counts for switching careers, but the plan, well, thank you, Atlas. Have a great day. The plan was for me to switch careers and find a new passion and either create content or have a job land in my lap that I loved and was good at and passionate about and made a difference and mattered and also covered my financial responsibilities. But sometimes things like that don't just fall right in your lap and don't just happen. And sometimes things in life take time. And in my case, both. But either way, found myself in a financial pickle a little bit this spring and needed to keep a roof over my house and cover my financial responsibilities. So I took a job in Yellowstone National Park and rode my scooter across the country and had a lot of fun and a lot of excitement doing that and a neat trip and worked hard and built up my confidence and lost weight. I think I got down to 196 pounds while I was out there. I've done my best to add it back on. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I've done a reverse of the diet I was doing this spring, which caused me to lose weight. I figure I knew how to undo the weight, and if I reversed whatever I did, I could put it back on, and that's where I'm at. Talentless says I look like Mr. Clean. Well, thank you. I like Mr. Clean. He, I believe, has a gold earring and perhaps a mustache and bigger muscles than me. Although I work out a lot. I mean, not a crazy amount. Not a crazy amount. I don't want to work out a crazy amount. I want to work out enough to feel fit, feel like I look good, and feel good, and uh, what have you. And I think that's what I do. And that's why I go to the gym so consistently and don't kill myself at the gym. But I do focus on 3 or 4 areas of the body and work them pretty hard each time I go. And always feel really good when I go and when I'm done with my workout. Well, thank you, SpongeBob. Thank you. Hello, Not Original. Hello, Not Original. I think I brought you up the other day. I did. I was telling the audience how I wasn't very original, and then I had to explain them how I have a viewer named Not Original. That'd be a hell of a name. Your parents must not liked you very much if they named you Not Original Jones. What should we call her? How about we call her Not Original? It's not a very pretty name for a beautiful young baby girl, but okay. I'll let you choose. Not Original Jones, we'll call her. Hello, Blue Wave. Thank you for joining, and thank you all for joining. It's Saturday morning, and I'm just waking up a little bit and had a good night's sleep and had a good day yesterday and a productive day and a day of training at my new restaurant gig I started a couple weeks ago, and talked to my bosses and said, hey, feeling pretty well trained at some time I didn't say this, but I was kind of insinuating it. There's a time you just got to throw me in the pool and see if I can swim. I think in life we do a lot of preparation and planning and scheduling and thinking about, but maybe not enough action. And I asked them to throw me in the pool, and I think they're throwing me in the pool tonight, and I'm going to be waiting my first shift and handling my first tables on my own and making mistakes and saying the wrong thing and needing to ask questions and falling on my face. But I'll do it with a certain style or panache that hopefully the customers I have will have some patience for and will enjoy. And hopefully they'll have a great dining experience. I'll have a great shift at work, hopefully make some money to cover my financial responsibilities and kind of start planning for the future. I told them when I took the job 2 weeks ago that I needed a lot of shifts and a lot of hours. And I looked at my schedule for next week and I was like, holy smokes, they took me seriously. I'm scheduled a lot. Which I must say, as I was laying in bed this morning, I was feeling a little bit of dread for going. It's going to be a lot of time in the restaurant, but I needed the time in the restaurant because time in the restaurant is money in the pocket and covering bills and planning for the future and moving forward. So I'm looking forward to that, and looking forward to digging my teeth into the shift tonight. And again, I don't know. I always tell people, I go into Starbucks every day, and every once in a while there'll be a new person at the Starbucks I visit, and they'll be obviously nervous and obviously not knowing how to do a free refill or how to add cream to the coffee or what button to push or what to say, and they'll freeze up, and oftentimes it'll be a young man or woman's, one of their first jobs in their life, and I'll go, oh, it's okay, don't worry about it, we're all nervous on our first jobs. And I've done higher level jobs before, and I've done lower level jobs, but almost the feeling is the same. No matter what job you're doing, you're always wondering, are you going to be able to do it, even if it's whatever, anything, or how am I going to figure it out, or where do I put this, or what do I say in this situation? And you always have doubts, and I certainly have some doubts for tonight. But I also know I'm going to get through it just fine, and I'm going to do a darn good job and come in with a good attitude and work hard and do my best and feel good about that. I don't know how many hours, RJ. I don't know how many hours, but it's a lot of shifts. I don't know how long each shift is going to be, and sometimes you'll start at 10:45 in the morning and you work all day, and it might be a 12 or 10 or 12 hour day, and I haven't figured it out, but it's a lot of shifts. So it should be fairly lucrative, which is good. Which is good. I hope it allows me enough time to continue my Coffee with Ken show. Since I left Yellowstone National Park, I've been really consistent in the duration of my live shows every morning. And because of that, my social media audience has been growing, and my watch time is growing, and the subscriptions are growing, and I think that good things are happening. Back in Yellowstone, I often would work the breakfast shift at the restaurant I was working at, which started at 6:15. Oftentimes, I would close the night before and not get out of the restaurant till 11:30 or what have you. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to do a morning coffee talk show when you close the restaurant close to midnight and you start at the restaurant at 6:15 in the morning, and you need to go home, sleep, shower, get coffee, and do a show. But I did my best, as I strived to do, and often would do little 15-minute shows with me in uniform and me with my little Ken from Illinois name tag. And it's weird, when I left Yellowstone, I mean, that's a souvenir I would have liked. They asked for our name tag back. I mean, were they going to reuse Ken from Illinois? I mean, how much does it cost to make a name tag? I mean, had a piece of metal on it, and I believe was engraved into the metal my name and the state I was from. But still, it seems like it would have been a neat souvenir to take back to Illinois. I could have worn it on Halloween with my black pants and my black shirt and my Ken from Illinois name tag. Gotten an apron, and they would have gone, "Hey, what are you dressed as?" I'm dressed as a Yellowstone waiter, seasonal waiter. I'm Ken from Illinois. It wouldn't have been bad. It would have been at least as good as being Mr. Clean. Maybe. But I woke this morning thinking a little bit about time, a little bit about my day, a little bit about the activity, a little bit about my kids, a little bit about life, a little bit about work, and realized I think, and I'm going to, not woe is me, but I'm going to say divorce is challenging in a lot of ways. And it's challenging on your schedule. It's certainly challenging emotionally, financially, spiritually, and relationship-wise, obviously. But it's a big challenge on your time. And it is hard to be the human you want to be when you're a divorced dad. It's hard to be the dad you want to be and see your kids enough. And it kind of taxes life overall a little bit, because you have less downtime, because you're going to see your kids, or you're doing this, or you're doing that, or you're working extra shifts because you have extra bills to pay. And it kind of puts a stressor on life. So I was talking to a woman yesterday, and like a lot of us, had some marital issues, and I was wondering if she'd gone to marriage counseling or couples counseling, and knew I had, and was kind of sitting there wondering what I thought of marriage counseling or couples counseling, and what my personal experience was with it, and whether or not it would help this woman in her relationship. And I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what my thoughts are on marriage counseling or couples counseling. I think we should all be patient with our spouses, and with ourselves first and foremost, but with our spouses as well, and our kids and those we love and come across. But I'm not sure what I think about it all. And I thought of this yesterday. There was a time where I came across somebody during my day that I think didn't like my energy and enthusiasm. I tend to have a lot of energy, tend to go, hey, it's going to be a great day today. But sometimes you come across people that don't like people that say, hey, it's going to be a great day today. Let's go get them. Let's have a great day. They'd rather be who they are and where they are. And I don't blame them for wanting to be who they are or where they are, because that's who they are. And I think everyone should be who they are. But given that, I was thinking about it after this interaction that, I used to struggle with this or try to turn their frown upside down or change who they were. But I realized my best strategy is, I think, to spend more time with people on a similar wavelength, if you will, energy-wise or enthusiasm-wise or spirit-wise or what have you. And I think that might go against, I think that's why maybe a lot of us struggle in relationships where maybe not with the right people or we're with them for the wrong reason or what have you. And we'll get together with somebody over some maybe attraction or challenge or wanting to fill a void. But maybe at the end of the day that they weren't the right person for us. Or maybe it's a lack of commitment on my part and other people's part who go through divorce. And maybe there is no right person or the one. But I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I'm going to go get a little more coffee and let you think about that for a minute. Maybe come up with some answers for me. Because it's not just about what's best for me. Because, okay, I probably might describe that person that I meet as grumpy or low energy or a bummer or a downer or whatever. But they're probably describing me in their own way too as a whatever they might be describing me and have thoughts about me. And I might be making their day worse somehow, even though I'm trying to make it better. And stressing them out or bumming them out or giving them bad vibes. And I'm not a person that just kind of blends in. And I think part of the reason I struggled with my own mental health for so many years and struggled with anxiety and depression is I was trying to fit in and trying to go with the flow and didn't feel I swam with the mass of fishes. I was always swimming over here a little bit and kind of doing my own thing on the periphery, at least when I was happiest. But when I tried to fit in, I didn't feel I quite did. And until I said, to heck with it. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be this. I'm going to be the person you're seeing in front of you right now. I don't think I really ever experienced happiness or joy other than momentarily and fleeting. Because I'll tell you right now, even in a extended stay America, working as a waiter at a restaurant at 56 and currently broke, but digging my way out of stuff, I think I'm in a really good place. And I've talked about it before. but the last church service I went to before I headed out to Yellowstone, they talked about when you have faith, and there's a passage in the Bible, and I won't say it perfectly, but you can walk in, when you have faith, you can walk in joy despite your circumstances. And I feel that message is in me now. And I'm wondering if it shows. And I think it probably does. Because, yeah, if you met me for coffee today, I might be crying or saying I miss my kids, or I, had a hard shift last night, or I'm, need to pay this bill, or whatever issue I could have for you, or I'm fighting with an ex-wife for whatever reason. So there could be moments of downness or emotions or sadness or stuff. But you could still, I'd probably be crying into my coffee as I'm talking to you, but occasionally I'd be laughing and going, But then maybe that's just how life is, and we're ready to go get them again today. So I think I am learning the man in front of you through Coffee with Ken, and through therapy, and through faith, and through church, and through gratitude, and through positive affirmations, and through fitness, and through sobriety. The man in front of you is learning to walk in joy despite the circumstances, and not let what other people say or think or feel about me really get into who I am, or do a better job of it. I mean, I still occasionally will get my feathers ruffled by somebody that says something mean to me. But I tend to let it kind of fall away a lot quicker. And I used to take it as an affront to who I thought of myself as, and feel if I couldn't argue with this person and prove that I was smart, funny, cool, kind, caring, a great guy, if you will, that I wasn't all those things. And I had to prove to them that I was. And I'd argue, and we'd fight, and I'd get angry, and I'd let it ruin my day or my week, or most importantly, of who I thought I was. And I saw a video the other day, and this spoke to me because I have people saying mean things to me, because I'm a content creator, and because I have a lot of people watching, and there's trolls out there. I don't know how you can feel good knowing you're a troll. How could you? Troll's such an ugly word. But anyway, there's trolls out there that say mean things. And the guy on the video said, what other people think of you, and I'm paraphrasing it maybe, but he said, what other people think of you is none of your business. I like that. I like that. Their thoughts are their issue. I kind of came to it a period ago. I was talking to my brother, and I was going through an amazingly hard time, and we'd had a loss in the family, in the previous months, a sibling, our brother, and I was going through a million different things, going through a divorce, going through a career change, going through just a lot of bad feelings and bad thoughts. And my brother was obviously worrying about me, and he'd tell me, hey, when you say this, I'm worried about you. And it dawned on me that even his worry could no longer be my issue. And I said, well, Scott, if you're worried about me, I appreciate it and I understand it, but I can't take on your thoughts and your concerns, because I got so many that I'm drowning in over here. And I think it kind of, yeah. Let's have a little more coffee. Oh. So it's Saturday morning. It is Saturday morning. We got 6,200 likes. We really were moving. We were really moving forward. And we were really gaining pretty quickly. And slowed off. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I've talked for long enough. Maybe I've drank enough coffee. Maybe my day started just the way it's supposed to. Maybe your day started just the way it's supposed to. Maybe you've gotten enough out of today's show to head you out on your day with a smile. Head you into the sunshine, into the cool morning air. I tell you, fall is just around the corner. Hey there, Nikki. Ryan asked, is the lunch shift better than I anticipated? Yesterday was busy, and the Wednesday it wasn't. Yesterday, if I was handling my customers, I couldn't have handled it because I knew. We had 9 tables going at one time, which is more than one waiter can handle, in my opinion. But I was with a really experienced, seasoned waitress or server, and I was helping her out as best I could. So it's kind of interesting working during the day and making money and being done at 4 or 5 o'clock. A lot of waiters will work the lunch shift and also work the dinner shift. And I'm sure I'm going to do that, but that's going to be a long shift. Long shift, lucrative. But again, as I was talking about earlier, I'm struggling a little bit balancing my, I guess I'm sitting here. But I wake up early. What am I supposed to be doing? I wake up early. Balancing life a little bit and juggling life and going through life and trying to figure out, how can I be the dad I want to be to each of these 4 beautiful kids that all need a dad, and also work enough to pay the bills and handle everything and rest enough to have the energy to do it again the next day. And I think a lot of that comes with getting divorced. Life becomes a heck of a lot more complicated when you're divorced, and a lot more difficult. And that's where I was going. I was talking to that woman yesterday, and like a lot of people going through marital issues, and I asked her if she'd seen a marriage counselor. And I wasn't suggesting to go see one, because honestly, I'm not sure. I think most people that see marriage counselors end up divorced. Maybe it's a worthwhile step. I'm sure it's a worthwhile step, because I think a marriage is worth fighting for, and relationships are worth fighting for, and the traditional family unit is certainly worth doing everything you can. But I don't think, no matter what my marriage counselor said, as a matter of fact, something she said gave me the peace and the freedom to let go. I think even going to see the marriage counselor was an effort in and of itself. And she said something near the end that gave me the freedom to let it go. And what have you. Nikki asked if do I not work at Target anymore? No, I don't work at Target. It's just been about a year. Wow, it's been a long time, Nikki. I don't remember. I appreciate you hopping on. But I haven't worked at Target. I left there September 17th of last year, so coming up on a year. Don't really miss Target a heck of a lot. I mean, it was good for while it was. It put me on my path that I am currently on, that you are still witnessing. But I certainly don't miss it a heck of a lot. It was a good job, but it wasn't I mean, it was what I needed to do at the time, but I certainly stayed there long enough. Nikki also asked, do I still run the Four Lakes Facebook group? Well, I have a Four Lakes Facebook group. Whether my running of it is very active or very involved, no, I don't really do anything with it. I just kind of let it sit there. And I have a bunch of groups because I was a realtor 17 years and I saw the power of social media and figured it'd be a way to leverage me and put me in front of more people, building up various social media pages, and created a bunch of neighborhood pages. Four Lakes is a neighborhood where I used to sell a lot of homes, not original. It is a really pretty neighborhood in the western suburbs of Chicago in Lisle, Illinois. And you think I was a moderator, right? I am the moderator, Nikki. I just don't moderate. I just haven't really given it any. I created it. She says it's a huge group. It is a pretty big group. It's got a few thousand people in it, and it's active. And as a realtor, I saw the power that was social media, and therefore created a bunch of neighborhood groups. And I lived in Four Lakes for a long time, and I grew up in the area, and I think it's one of the prettiest little subdivisions you're ever going to see. It's in the hills, and it's got a ski hill, it's got a bar, it's got 4 lakes that have great great fishing, and neat little community in the western suburbs of Chicago. Neat little community in the western suburbs of Chicago. And, I thought of moving back to Four Lakes a few times. But I don't think so. I think I did my time there. It's a enthusiastic, oftentimes post-divorced people go there because it's got a vibe and a scene, and there's people walking around and walking their dogs, and it's really a neat community. But I think I've done my time there, and I don't think I'd want to live there again, even though it's real pretty. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm older. Maybe it's because I'm liking a little more quiet now. And I've got my feet up on the window, and I'm staying at an extended stay in Naperville, and I'm looking out my window, and there's a green tree out there, and I don't know. Feels kind of enough. I think 10 years ago, when I was in the midst of the divorces, I think I was afraid to be alone. And I was afraid to be alone. I remember when I started Coffee with Ken, I was living in the dark apartment, and I did everything I could to not be in that dark apartment. I didn't even want to watch a movie there by myself because I didn't feel in a place where I felt safe being by myself. And now I think I'm learning to like it. Will I ride my scooter in the winter? I hope not. It sounds cold and dangerous. And cold and dangerous is not a good combination. My plan is to buy a car in the next couple months. Don't know how that's going to happen, but I do know charging forward and working as many shifts at work and doing my Coffee with Ken and being the best person and going to the gym and loving on my babies and having a good attitude and drinking coffee and a little bit of everything's all a small part of the solution, I guess, if you need a solution. I got lots of things I got to figure it out. And I got lots of things and a lot of details I got to figure out. But I've learned along the way that you take it one step at a time and you move forward and you get a little better and you do your best each day. Uh, at the end of the day, the week, the month, the year, and a lifetime, hopefully you're proud of what you accomplished and what you did, and you feel good and you made a difference. So, let's have a little more coffee. Oh, feels so good. Feels so good. Feels so good having my whole day ahead of me. Not my whole day. I mean, I got things to do. But it feels so good having a good night's rest and a little bit of optimism and a little bit of quiet mind and a little bit of coffee in my hand. So, one more sip. It is Saturday morning. I'm excited about my day. Feel good about what I've accomplished this week. I feel good about what I have scheduled for the day. I feel good about the fact that I've learned how to walk in joy despite my circumstances. And I would encourage you out there to set that as a little goal for yourself and to think about that and have that absorb that you aspire to walk in joy despite your circumstances. And I think if we could all learn how to do that I think the way to do it, honestly, is by having faith and believing. Yeah. Mm. So I appreciate you guys hopping on this Saturday morning. I really do. Always means a lot to have a nice group of followers. Had a nice morning with you. Had nice 2 cups of coffee, and I appreciate you. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you had a great night's sleep. I hope you're excited about your Saturday. I hope that you're feeling good, and that you're loving yourself, and that you are feeling forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.